I'd like to ask you a few health screening questions about alcohol, nicotine, and tobacco, and other drugs that we're asking all students enrolled in our school based health center. There will be no written record of your answers that include information that personally identifies you. Anything you tell me will be kept as confidential as possible. One instance where this information would not be kept confidential is if something you say indicates that there's an immediate risk to your safety or the safety of someone else. In any case, we would work together to figure out next steps and how to best support you together. Do you understand?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is it okay if I ask you these questions?
Yeah, of course.
During the past 12 months, on how many days did you drink more than a few sips of beer, wine, or any drink containing alcohol?
0.
During the past 12 months, on how many days did you use marijuana? For example, cannabis, weed, oil, wax, or hash by smoking, vaping, dabbing, or in food, or any synthetic marijuana like K2 or spice.
Still 0.
During the past 12 months, on how many days did you use anything else to get high, like illegal drugs, pills, prescription or over the counter medications, or things that you sniff, huff, vape, or inject?
0.
During the past 12 months, on how many days did you use a vaping device containing nicotine or flavors, or use any tobacco products? So, examples might be e cigarettes, mods, pod devices like Juul, disposable vapes like a puff bar, vape pens, e hookahs, or traditional cigarettes, cigars, cigarillos, hookahs, chewing tobacco, snuff, snus, disposables, or nicotine pouches.
Yeah, I've never tried any of those.
Okay. Have you ever ridden in a car driven by someone else, including yourself, who was high or had been using alcohol or drugs?
Well, I mean, I've never driven under the influence, but my older cousin visits from out of state and she vapes weed when it's just the two of us driving around sometimes.
Thanks for sharing, JC. Can you tell me a little bit more about what happens when you've been in the car with your cousin when she's been vaping THC?
My cousin says she does it all the time at home and that she's actually a better driver when she's using weed. We've always gotten home fine, but it does make me kind of uncomfortable. I just don't want to get in trouble.
You're definitely not in trouble. It can be challenging in those scenarios because it can be hard to stand up for yourself when it's someone who's really important to you. There can be a lot of pressure to just go along with it and not make a big deal out of it, even if riding in the car with your cousin when she's high isn't something you're okay with. Can you tell me what you know about the effects of THC on someone's ability to drive?
Well, my cousin says that driving high is better than driving drunk. I trust her, it just still freaks me out.
Even though your cousin tells you not to worry, you don't feel comfortable as a passenger in the car when she's high. Is it okay to share with you some information about how THC can impact driving?
Yeah, I feel like it can't be that much better.
You're right on. Driving under the influence of any substance could potentially put your cousin and anyone riding with her at a higher risk of getting into an accident. THC specifically slows down reaction time. It can impair your judgment of how far away another vehicle or a person is on the road, and it decreases overall coordination. All of those things are essential to stay safe when you're driving in a car. What do you think about that?
I mean, I didn't know all that, but it doesn't surprise me. It makes sense that weed would make it harder to focus on the road.
Do you have any ideas on how you might avoid getting into a car with your cousin when she's been vaping or plans to vape?
Well, she doesn't come to visit often, but she also only does when I'm the only person in the car. So maybe if she invited me to go for a drive, I could maybe ask my mom or my aunt to go with us, like just in case.
That's a really solid suggestion for how to keep you both safe. Is there anything else that would help you to stick to that plan if you were put in that situation?
I mean, if I was feeling really anxious, I could talk to my cousin about the fact that it bothers me. She cares about me and what I think. So, and if I had to, I would just tell her that I didn't want to go if she was going to be high.
It can be really difficult to have those conversations. So please know that I'm here to support you in keeping yourself safe and continuing to stay alcohol and substance free. I really appreciate your honesty and willingness to talk about topics that can be uncomfortable. Are there any questions that you have that I can answer for you right now about anything that we've talked about today or something else that's coming up for you?
I think I'm okay for now. It feels good to know that my instincts about vaping weed and driving were pretty spot on. I think it's going to give me some more confidence in standing up for myself in the future if I need to.
Thanks for sharing that insight, JC. I'm here to help you anytime. Have a great rest of your day.